Yo, it's Kevin Chase. It's my weekly recap and outlook for DAX, the German index. So let's just get straight into it. As you can see, this is the weekly candle. We had a nice bearish week. Opened at 23,967.8 and closed at 23,645, which is a nice round number. If you go into the daily, you can see we had a bullish, bearish, bearish, bullish, bearish. Before I break this down, first things first, go look at the news. We had PMI on Tuesday, 3 p.m. On Wednesday, we had job openings at 3 p.m. Thursday, unemployment claims, 1:30 and 3 p.m. PMI. On Friday, we had NFP because it is first week of the month. So that is nice. Going back to the charts, I had 3 draws on liquidity. 1, 2, 3. You can see 2 of them got hit. And I also had this purple level, which I wanted sells from, but price never actually came up that high. I did say I want Friday high sells, which is fine. Anyways, that's that. Coming into Monday, let's mark out Monday. I'll delete that purple line and come into Monday London session. Monday was a bank holiday, so you can see just from the hourly time frame, this accumulation here is disgusting. But there was a nice trade. You can see it right here on the hourly. We had this nice hourly inverse tapped into. Also sweeped 8 a.m. low. You can see it is pretty disgusting though if you just go into the 15. But once 8 a.m. low got swept at 11:45, price accumulated, came up, came back down, and then finally took Friday's high. We closed kind of low. We closed around here, which is decent, which is fine. But that was Monday. Monday, it just accumulated the entire day because it was a bank holiday for US. So as expected, it's fine. Still the opportunity to catch the buy up, which is nice to see. But you can see if I go into the 4 hour, or should I say daily, once Monday closed, Tuesday opened, quite high up. I will mark out exactly where it opened. We had a nice daily inverse as well as this daily sweep. I will mark out the inverse. This is the daily inverse. In fact, I'll just mark out the top part of it and I'll make it red. Okay, so once drawn liquidity got swept, this was pretty early in the morning, 2:30 a.m. held as high of the day, which is decent timing on a heavily bearish day. If I go into like the 4 hour, you can see it's very, no, it was the 1 hour. We tapped into the daily inverse. We also had this high up here, which is a protected high because a sweep and then a break. And then if you draw OTE out from this high, you can see it is beautiful OTE level 0.885. Also, just based off the reaction in the 1 hour off of this daily inverse, off of this daily sweep, we had this nice doji candle, nice wicks going up to 15. We had good displacement. This candle here, no top wick again, showing sellers are in full control at this point, and we just dumped and took out the opening of the Tuesday candle. Anyways, coming into London session, we had a very nice sell. I'm pretty sure London session was very clean. If I just go here, we were displacing down. I will be putting green lines here because these were clear draws on liquidity. If I just put, let's make it like this, green line here. Obviously we had our draw on liquidity, and then we had a few other ones which we'll mark out as we go on. So on the hourly, coming into London session, we were bearish on the hourly, and then on the 4 hour, I'm pretty sure we were just bearish as well. Where were we? Yes, literally right here, 3 a.m. candle was bearish. So we were bearish on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Coming into New York, London, as soon as we open, we sweep this high. That's a liquidity sweep. If I go into the 4 hour, I don't think there was anything in the 4 hour. Where am I? Not really. We didn't tap into no investors, but on the hourly, there was this really nice hourly fair value gap. And you can see that sweep was the tap in on the hourly fair value gap. If I mark out the top half of the fair value gap, which it filled in fully, you can see you could have quite nicely. This is 30-minute. We didn't tap into an inverse, which would have been nice, but that was the sweep prior. Here's how it looks on the 15, and this is also no. Let's go to the 1 minute because you could have just caught this. Based off of that, there's also like a mini Wyckoff, if you want to call it that, where there's a huge overbought swing. Automatically test, test, test. Finally purged this and came for this low, which is fine. London Open purged it, came back up to the level, which you could probably call an RTO right here. And then it just dumped straight to the first drawn liquidity. Very clean trade, or even here, very clean trade. Run quite a lot, which I didn't really expect, because this happened quite a lot, like quite fast. I mean, I'll mark out New York session because yeah, but look, just this one Tuesday we took out like 500 pips, which is crazy, and we traded into this range. I did say this range is very clean, and you can see half of it got A and up, more than half of it to be honest. But then we reverse back, which is fine. I did also say that once we take this, it'd be like this, because that's just how price moves. But coming into New York session, after catching that beautiful move, New York session, you can't really expect much because we moved 500 pips already. However, New York session did start to reverse, and then you would have this target. And on the 1 hour, I think we just tapped in. Did you tap it? Nope. On the 15, very nice 15-minute bearish fairly up. This is around like golden pocket, which is nice. I want to see what the 30 minutes saying. So annoying changing time frames, but that's a nice 30-minute fair value up. Tapped the order block. Good reactions. And then yeah, this just reversed. This is a really nice 5-minute order block right here. So you could have caught this move. This is like 3 p.m, which is fine. It just carried on moving. And then finally stopped moving, and then low the day held. Then that was Tuesday. Coming into Thursday, price moved up, closed around up here, which is fine. Coming into Wednesday, Wednesday didn't move that much. Tuesday did hold us low the week, but Wednesday there was still a nice move. Coming to the London session, price opened, came down, okay, double lows, almost triple lows here at 7. Price came up. It was interesting this because at this point I'm pretty sure we had, yeah, like these equal highs. I will mark these out. Equal highs here on the hourly. I will put a green line here because this would have been drawn liquidity, and there was also equal highs here, but that will be used later for a future target. Okay, but coming to Wednesday London session, it was similar to the Tuesday sell where price just sweeps and continues downwards. You can see we had a bunch of highs here. Price came up, swept, came back down, came back up, came back to the sweep, and then came lower. This was also, if you just look at it from strategy wise, forward was clearly bearish, and then the 1 hour break of structure bearish probably, I'm guessing. Where's the nearest 1 hour break structure? Here? Don't want to be wrong. Prior to the London session it was here. So yeah, just going off of strategy, forward bearish, 1 hour bearish, break structure here, and then this fair value up here. First target would have been this triple 50-minute low, and as you can see that got smashed, and then price tries to reverse around 8:30, I'm guessing. Yep, I'll mark out 8:30. But most importantly, what did price sweep to reverse? It was this nice 15-minute fair value gap, which would have been a better TP. Some lines, my apologies. That was a decent trade for London, just a nice trade. Price started to reverse, it was around OTE level, 0.786, and then finally came for this double 1 hour high. If I go to the hourly, it was a really nice break block, 1 hour inverse and 1 hour bullish fair value gap. I will mark this out. The inverse was very clean, and the hourly fair value gap got respected, and we're actually in this inverse right now. So I will leave this there. So yeah, you could have caught this nice move back up from this sweep. So the down move was nice and the buy move was nice. Good targets for both. Very clean. Love to see it. Then price stopped around here. That was high of the day, 11.15. Creating equal highs again. Again, future target. With here, it's 15-minute equal highs. Yup. Price comes back down. Wednesday, still on Wednesday. New York session doesn't really do much. We also had news. Let's check when news was, guys. 3 p.m. on Tuesday. What did that do? That did nothing. Was this 3 p.m.? That was 3 p.m. Did absolutely nothing. On Thursday, or Wednesday, sorry. 3 p.m. and 2:15. Let's have a look. No, it didn't really do much. We tapped into this hourly inverse. Make this white. Came back up. Accumulation. And then you wouldn't really trade. You could have caught this buy up from this tap into this inverse. But you can see it didn't really run that much. And it's not that clean. We'll have a look on the 1 minute though. So this tap in was nice. It did a resweep. It did resweep. This resweep is nice. And then price just goes up. Nice inverses here. But ultimately we were just reversed and came back down, filled in completely, and then went up. And then we closed, which is fine. If you go into the daily now, of course, we left behind this huge daily fair value up from Tuesday. You can see price has to rebalance this. We also have a daily order block here because sweep and then a break for order block, which you can see, which we'll tap into on Thursday. But Thursday's buy was really clean because now, after closing up here, we came lower, of course, sweep some liquidity. Obviously this held. This was quite strong. Nice 0.618 equilibrium, whatever. Coming into London session, you can see we had respected. Very bullish here because we also had a nice target, and we have to, of course, rebalance the move. 500 pip move downwards, which is good. Coming to London session, let's just have a look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour to see if we were bullish or not. Prior to London session, we were not bullish in the 4 hour. Prior to London session, we were bullish in the hourly, which is nice. But either way, we had this really nice fair value gap, which got touched at 7. Actually completely filled. Tapped the order block beautifully. Came back up. We'll have a look at exactly how you could have caught this move. We did accumulate quite a lot here, but that was the 7 o'clock tap. Low of the day held at 4 o'clock, which is fine. Because we swept out this huge pool of liquidity here. That's might be a dollar sign. My bad. I should draw like this. Yep. But we swept out this huge pool of liquidity, swept out these lows, and that held as low of the day, came back up, rebalanced, tapped into these 1 hour bullish fair value ups. And you can see here, is this a line? Yep. You can see here, 823, we tapped back into it, creating almost like equal lows, internal sweep. It is also OTE, very clean OTE tap, I'm not gonna lie. Very clean OTE tap, and then it just ran all the way to the first round liquidity, which would have been these double hourly highs. This round -2. It's on quite a lot. But you could have even targeted like few like weak highs up here on the hourly, or should I say 15? Like for example this high. You can see very good targets on the way back up. But it was just a rebalance. That was Thursday. Let me just delete all this. Coming to London's a New York session, should I say, we did just carry on going. I can already see this sweep's very clean. This is 1 hour bullish rally up. Yep, that's all it was. Again, 1 hour bullish rally up. 50-minute liquidity sweep. At this point, we were bullish on the 4 hour because of this. Is this a break? No. Not really. Technically, it's not. On the 1 hour, we were bullish. 1 hour bullish rally up. 50-minute liquidity sweep. On New York session, you can see good sweep at 3 p.m., which is good timing. Broke structure here. Ooh. Fair value up. And then pumped all the way to the order blocks. And then we closed. Coming to Friday now. We were inside of these 4 hour order blocks. What is this? Lines. I will delete a bunch of stuff. It's really annoying. Delete this. So we were in this order block. Why is this order block? Because we sweeped. Oh my goodness. Sweep. Break. You would draw it from this low. You can see that's way better. Why? Because this sweep. No, sorry, this break is closer to the sweep. So that you can see, could have top ticked off this for our order block. But that was high of the day on Friday, just the 4 hour order block held. If I go into the hourly, Friday we had NFP at 1:30 p.m. So I will mark that out. You can see price did not want to move the entire day. You can see this is the hourly time frame. Choppy, chop, chop. High of the day held at 6 a.m., which is fine. You'll see what London session did. This is a nice OTE tab. Wow. That's nice to see. We also retapped it at London session. That's nice. And then we came lower. We had this huge displacement on the 15. At this point, I think it was obvious it was sells after this huge 15-minute break of structure. We had this huge 15-minute fair value gap. And price was just accumulating, wait for news until news finally hit at 1:30, swept these lows, came back up, traded back into this 15-minute. I want to see how this looks in the hourly. Again, not much. We did, let me just mark out true day, which would have been right here. We did come close to true day. We didn't really tap it, but New York session on Friday was very clean, 2:30. Yep. You can see we did come really close to true day. We didn't end up tapping it, which is 5 a.m. Midnight timing for New York. We had this nice 50-minute liquidity sweep. We had this nice 50-minute inverse. We also had this really small 50-minute inverse, if you want to consider that an inverse. Very clean. And then on the 1 minute, you could have just seen this price action. After this sweep, break structure, fair value up, and then dump. First draw on liquidity would have been news low, data low. You can see New York open, fell in this 1 minute, fair value up, came down, fake reaction, came down again. Bunch of rebalances happening, which is good and healthy. Once we sweep news low, we come back up, tap inverses, and then continue dumping. And this came all the way down to Thursday's low, which would have been a really good TP. If I just make this green. This move here, again, another like, what, 500 point move? 300, depends where you call it, but around 250, which is again so clean. And yeah, that was Friday. Friday and Tuesday were probably one of the cleanest days. The buy up on Thursday was very clean as well. The buy up on Monday was clean as well. So yeah, that's price action for this week. And now we came back into this 1 hour inverse where we gave a reaction and low the day held at 4 p.m. But yeah, that was this week's price action. Very clean, I will say. Coming to next week, I am still bearish. I think this low will imminently get taken. So first strong liquidity will be this low, of course. We also left behind this weekly fair value gap, like I did say. It's nice how it's not this big. The fact that it's smaller gives me more confidence that it will be a breakaway gap, and we will sweep some lows first and then fill it up, or sweep some lows first and then just go up for all-time highs, which is nice. I think this low, August low, will get taken. It'd be interesting to see if we wouldn't fill this hourly bullish fairly up in. I think it would be nice. So I will have two drawn liquidities here. The range from here to here is really clean. If you look on the 4 hour, you can see once, oh wow, this is like equal lows. I don't know how like 10 drawn liquidities, but these two are really close. But like, this is a LTA, meaning like low traffic area. How do I explain this? Yeah, so like here to here is low traffic. Even here, clean ranges just get taken. Like this here is a high traffic area, and here to here is like low traffic, meaning it will just get taken, eaten up. Liquidity. Where I want it sells from, same with here. It will be interesting. Now that this daily bearish fairly up also got respected, I don't know what that is. Now that this bearish fairly up got respected, and we tapped the order block, which was nice. I am more prominent on sells. We also have a bunch of support here at 23,600 on the daily. You can see price has not closed beneath 23,600 on the daily. But I think once it does, or once it breaks past, it will just continue the way it did on Tuesday. Like the range from here to here is clean, and the range from here to here is also clean. So it's possible we could just come for this low very soon. We have nice gaps here till we get filled on the daily, so hopefully they get filled, and hopefully this is a breakaway gap. I don't think this fair value up will get touched anytime soon. I would suggest this is a protected high. I want sells from somewhere along this leg. Issue is that this is really strong now because we've already had the sweep, the break. We could come back up to tap into like, this is a clean 15-minute order block around here. I want to say, oh, this is a clean hourly. This is a nice hourly fairly up here in the 4 hour. The nice 4 hour fairly up there. What we'll just do, instead of on a purple line, I'll just have a purple box right here. And I'll put a line there, sure. I'll put in the lower quadrant. 23,726 is good price. I like this price. 734, 726, same thing. I want sells from around here, this purple box. Targets, drawn liquidities, of course, being these lows. I think if I just go to the hourly, that's like almost equal. I don't want to put too many green lines. The way we reacted off this hourly inverse could show we are gonna reverse. If we look at the daily, that is around the daily fair value gap. So if you need a tap in, induced buyers lower, or we could come higher to tap into the 15, like I said. And now that we know this is a strong high, we could also, let's tap into like an OTE region, like here for example. Speed is streaming, that's nice. Should probably go do a disturb. I will put 2 levels in because I like the idea of the 15-minute order block getting tapped in. I want sells from either here or here next week off of this hourly inverse or this hourly inverse. Just these 2 hourly inverses. And then draw liquidities being here and here. Primarily looking for shorts, and here are the draw liquidities. And I like to see price moving lower. If price moves higher, we'll see what happens. Because right now, seeing where it closed, it's interesting. Because this is also, I don't want to say, but it's also OTE on the daily, which could be strong. We could be coming in to fill this weekly fair value up in. Very unlikely. We'll see what happens. But I will stick to my bias of sells. And yeah, these are my draw liquidities. These are my levels. That's the DAX recap. Keep it clean and simple. See you next week.